It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with Elliott. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. The Eagles at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go to Elliott again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Well, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a 2nd player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
He'll get this to about the 38. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the 2nd of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A first down carry by Elliott. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Herbert. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. I get the thought process, 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. No score after 1 on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now they'll throw with Allen. Touchdown! Dalton Schultz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Inside give to Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's got room. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. A give to Elliott. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right? Trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now on 2nd and 16. Allen, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Forced out to his left. Man open, here is Jones. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. 53 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To the air. Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins. He's all alone. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Allen taking it himself. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Dalton Schultz with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd and 9, Herbert flushed out right. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Vikings are in great shape. Here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. To throw, it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do, and you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback. Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping him. Tucker's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Flacco's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another carry tonight for the workhorse, Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Flacco, eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To pass, Flacco. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Akins, 42 yards. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. What's good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Allen. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's complete to Hopkins. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Now Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well.
Touchdown, Vikings! Josh Jacobs, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are on their way to a 2-0 start. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. Allen will try to throw for it. And a little floater there is incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They start on the ground with Elliott. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. On 2nd down and 4. Flacco flush to his right. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. all receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Hunt will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. That one into the hands of Watkins downfield. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Rolling to his right. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. On second down, Jacobs. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking in the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken around the 12. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Minnesota, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C.